Welcome back to Pleasant Grove Sports Network. Tonight's matchup features the Pleasant Grove Vikings taking on the Lone Peak Knights. Zane is joining me tonight. Zane, what do you have to say about this game?
It's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Lone Peak obviously came off like 2 weeks ago or something like that with a good win against
Lone Peak came off of a good win
against Corner Canyon
a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, PG comes into this game with a 1-4 record. They've lost the last 2 games in a row, coming from Maple Mountain 30-7. That game ending in a heartbreaking final interception to kind of just put the final nail in the coffin. The other game was against Riverton. Their homecoming game, besides the giant crowd going all the way back to the back wall, the biggest student section that Pleasant Grove has seen since 2020. Pleasant Grove caught the loss 21-7, with their only touchdown being a returned blocked punt from Spencer Hafoka. Now on to Lone Peak. The Knights coming into this game with a 4-1 record. Their only loss came from Centennial High in California. Final score was 49-35. In that game, that final score was inflated a little bit. A little bit of their Centennial's touchdowns being near the end. Other than that, Lone Peak has got 4 wins in a row. So, coming off their first loss this season last week, they're looking to bounce back and catch a win. It is extremely echoey in here.
Yeah. And
it's going to be an interesting game. Also, the sun is brighter than normal, I feel like. It is so bad.
Yeah, I cannot see.
So, coming off their first loss this season last week, they're looking to bounce back in. Well, you just heard my beautiful voice, didn't you? Basically, yeah, this game, I mean, PG comes into this. It looks like Cannon Jacobson had his arm in a sling.
Yeah.
So we might see some serious action from number 33, Jack Christofferson, the freshman QB starting for varsity. That for Spencer Hafoka, the wide receiver, and it won't be Wildcat formation anymore if he is just the starting quarterback. That will not be Wildcat.
It's going to be interesting now that we're down pretty much all of our quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's been the story of this season for PG. To summarize the season so far, it is basically injuries and a brand new team. Brand new team with a lot of injuries. So, yeah. Interesting time for Lone Peak and Pleasant Grove. Lone Peak trying to be the best team in Utah. They're currently ranked number 1 in Utah. And they're national rank, or they're ranked number 2 in Utah, I guess below Corner Canyon now. And they're 31st in the nation. They were 16 last week before they lost to Centennial. So, I appreciate Lone Peak letting us use the new away press box.
Yeah.
We just had Sam Stewart kick a field goal, and it cleared the uprights by about 6 inches. So I don't know what that was about.
Just for fun, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. So coming into this game, some fans are down, but I think that there are things to be happy to watch in this game. So look forward to it. Anyways, we will be right back. Coming out onto the field, the Lone Peak Knights, led by their quarterback. Oh, I just had it open. Kepa Metalo. Oh, we will refer to him as Kepa for the game. That is much easier. So, first name basis. 6'3", he's a junior, and you know he's been doing really good this season. So, we are going to honor this nation that we live in so blissfully by listening to the national anthem, and then we will get on with our broadcast for tonight. So, we will join you then.
Students from Lone Peak High School.
Receiving the first kickoff, and it's anyone's game, really, right now. 0-0.
0-0. It's definitely going to be interesting for PG, though, Jack. I think the fact that we're already down pretty much all of our quarterbacks, and just the fact that we've had so many injuries, I think that's going to be tough on PG for this game.
Yeah, and honestly, our run game has been working with Wade, but teams have figured us out pretty quickly as the kickoff from Lone Peak flies in the back of the end zone, almost going through the uprights. Not actually sure who their kicker is. Couldn't see. The sun is very bright right now. If you can see from our broadcast, the picture's all right, but it's kind of cooked. So Lone Peak, we got the number 2 versus the number 16 in Utah. We're listed as 2 on Max Preps. How is Max Preps wrong? Alright, fine. Number 3. It's ambiguous. And it looks like we have Spencer Hofoka playing at QB. So he's in shotgun right now. Calls for a snap. Hand off to Wade, and he is quickly brought down by the Lone Peak defense. As Hofoka is going to come to the sideline and discuss what plays to run. So Zane, like I said, we're going to run with Wade. And a lot of teams haven't figured that out in the beginning and they figured it out later. But there might be enough film out that teams might already know.
They can't just expect our run.
So I think that we just really got to get some completed passes. That is how we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
Hofoka rolling to his right. He's going to rush and he's brought down. I don't even know if he made a gain. 3rd and 9, it looks like, so he made a gain of 1. So, kind of close to a 3 and out already.
Yeah, I think running. Yeah, kind of like what you said, Jack. Running is it's gonna work for a little bit until they start figuring it out.
Yeah, Avoka calls for the snap. Looks in front of him. Toss is out of bounds. Intended receiver, Dayton Hanson. And that is going to bring out our punting team. 3 and out in the first minute and 15 seconds.
That's not what we wanted.
Not at all what we would have wanted. You're correct, Zane. So, not the best way to start off this game. But again, the rhetoric from the fans is that this is not going to be a great game for PG, which I think is a bit, not a bit of a loser mentality.
Yeah.
But I think that it's very valuable to come out here and be proud to be Vikings, because it's really important to remember that we are proud to be from Pleasant Grove. A lot of us born and raised, maybe not born, but raised completely in Pleasant Grove. So be proud of that. Be proud of your city. Be proud of your school. No matter what is going to happen with this football game, it's fumbled and it's recovered by Pleasant Grove. Number 31, Cannon Smith. So the punt is fumbled and Pleasant Grove is going to have another shot. This is
That
exciting.
is what we want.
That is some exciting news right there. Sorry, just keep your mic a bit closer to your face. We can't really hear you that well. What? And wow, it is very sunny. I know I'm gonna probably say it a few times. Cannon hands off to Wade. Wade almost breaks the middle. It's going to gain probably just 1, maybe 2 yards on that. It is 2 yards. 2nd and 8. If PG can get a first down here, it starts some momentum.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe break the ice with that 3 and out, but then it's a bit of boost of energy with that. With the recovered fumble. Very interesting. Almost like it benefited us a lot that our punt didn't make it that far down the field. And Wade, the handoff to Wade, and he slips. And there's a helicopter flying by.
I was gonna point that out. I think something with PG though is the fact that, like what we said earlier, a lot of injuries, and the other fact is we're such a new team. This is a new team, and you're coming out against Lone Peak, which is
This is a
obviously
tough team. Like this is, I mean, number 3 in the state, nationally ranked, and first region game, coming off of 2 non-region losses. Hofoka calls for a snap, looks to his right, looks in front of him, and he is intercepted by number 1, Jaden Mayberry. 6 foot, 175 pounds of Lone Peak. Intercepted after the pass is tipped upwards, intended for Dayton Hanson. Flies up, caught. It's sort of a weird situation.
Yeah, it looked like the pass might have been a little too high, but
Yeah.
that's definitely, I'm gonna say that's what caused the interception, was just the pass was too high and it tipped off his fingers, and that was just a free interception, I feel like, from Lone Peak.
Yeah, it's very true. So we're gonna see Lone Peak's offense actually take the field for the first time around 3 minutes in. So we thought 1 minute 15 was our max for offense. No, we got about 3 minutes. Game calls for the snap. Handoff. And Lone Peak running it. And I believe to number 6, Sam Wright. The running back, 6 foot, 180 pounds. puts one man in motion. Number 19, Ike Stanky.
Hands it off. Gets brought down.
So last year, Isaac Stanley was their quarterback. But they bring in Kepa, and Kepa clearly is better. But Isaac Stanley is, or Ike Stanley, he's also a point guard on their basketball team. Or he, well, labeled as point guard. He's 6'5". He could play forward if he would like to. You know, small forward. Definitely not a 4. He's a 3. Kepa trips on the right. No running backs. Calls for a snap. The toss is good, and it makes a first down for Lone Peak. That, I mean, that's just pure difference right there. I mean, that difference in how they're able to just get a first down very quickly and convincingly is a lot different. What the heck? What did that do? I'm wondering. But I think that Pleasant Grove, I think it's valuable that they continue to try and blitz and play their defensive game. Toss, wide left, no one. That pass was to absolutely no one. Walking Horse yelling at his players. I don't even know why. There was absolutely no one that was two.
Yeah. Well, you could see like right here, like the 30, I don't know what yard that is, but you could see the receiver just completely fell down to the ground. And
he tripped.
He did trip, and it was intentionally going to try to go to him, but I think he tripped and the quarterback threw it like right after he tripped.
I see.
And didn't see that.
I think that's kind of an interesting situation. The handoff, once again, he's brought down quickly by PG. So this is what's going to keep PG in this game, is the defense.
Yeah.
Defense is excelling while the offense is underperforming right now. I actually don't know what I did with the microphone switch. We're going to switch it back. Now we're back. I think that this switch is better.
I don't know what it does. So. Calls to the snap. Fakes the handoff.
Looks to his right. Pass is good. Is it a first down or not? And it is. They called for the first down. Very close. It was caught basically right on it.
Yeah.
Lone Peak student section is in the very right side, scrunched off to the side.
It is their homecoming game, I believe.
Well, it's very full. But also, I believe that it's very full because they have an amazing team. Kepa looks in front of him. Pass is just slammed into the ground. Intended receiver, I believe number 15, Max Shepard. Nope, number 5, Jason Mayberry. So there's 2 Mayberrys on this team, Jaden and Jason, junior and a senior. Second and 10. Our mics are too close. You can just hear when he has to cough. And when one of them is muted, the echo is gone and it is substantially different.
Hands it off, but breaks a few tackles, it looked like.
Brought down, but not a gain of anything. It's going to be 3rd and 9, maybe even still 3rd and 10. So they have to opt for pass play.
Yeah.
But we've seen a few passes not even work so far. I don't know what's going on.
You saw there, though, he tried to run, broke. Maybe looked like 1 or 2 tackles, and then we kind of brought him down, kind of put a finger on the rosy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Third and 9.
Fakes the handoff. looks in front of him, pass, long and way too high, and that is it for their possession. They're going to have to kick.
Looks like he was almost there though to catch it.
Yeah, he
was
really
right
was.
there.
He was jumping. Couldn't jump quite like DK Metcalf, and can't get that reception. You know, he just couldn't catch it. But that was a high pass. So looking at that was actually the bad of Kingba, because that pass shouldn't have been that high. It was lobbed very high, because he's had bullet passes that have just hit the ground and done nothing. Timeout for PG. So timeout. I'm not sure why. I don't know if Lone Peak's opting for the punt or opting to try for a field goal. This would be unreal range for high school.
Yeah, definitely.
This was a 50-yarder that they're about to kick. 55 almost, if they go for it.
And that's
extremely far.
That's also like really hard for like some NFL.
Yeah, like
kickers, too.
NFL, like that's kind of a rare kick as well.
I believe the record for the like field goal range in the NFL is like 68 yards or something.
I think it might be 71, or that might be college, but it was insane when it happened. Lone Peak's band going crazy. If you see right in front of you, off to the right side of the student section, they take up an entire section of the bleachers.
Yeah.
That's a big band.
So they are going for the punt, not the field goal.
I think that's a valid play.
Yeah.
And it's going to bounce into the end zone. So starting on the 20, and you know Adam Wright was going to catch it, but it was just off too far to the right, as well as even if he did catch it, wouldn't have gone far.
Yeah. Probably would have just been better to let it go back like what he did.
So PG's offense takes the field, and I'm excited.
We obviously struggled the first 2 times we had the ball, but that's in the past, and that's what they got to think is that's in the past. We're going to focus on what we're going to do now to get the ball in the end zone.
We still have Spencer playing his QB, and Wade Christiansen breaks away and he goes to the left, and Wade Christiansen runs it.
There is a flag on the play though.
Flag, I assuming it would be holding or some kind of personal foul, because there's no way that there would be a foul on PG on that play. I think it was a completely normal play that worked out fine. He just broke tackles, and he makes a gain of 8. It's harder because they aren't making the hand signals towards us.
Yeah. You have to listen to what they announce. I think I'm gonna go back to what we talked about at the start of the game, Jack.
Oh, it's 2-1. He made a gain of 9. They got to do the Philadelphia Eagles special, the tush push.
The tush push.
But it's not the goal line, so it doesn't really make sense to do that. So Foka looks to his left. Pass is no good to Adam Wright.
I do want to go back to what we said at the start of the game. Actually, I don't even remember what I was going to do with that. So if I get that thought back, I'll say it, but I forgot.
It's all right. It happens to the best of us. I don't know why we opted for a pass there. This is a 1-yard play.
Yeah, I think running would probably have been the smarter option there.
I don't know what they'll do now. This is their last option of a play, because if they went for 4th, that would be an extremely risky move.
Yeah, because then now, if they didn't get it, obviously that gives Lone Peak the best field
And
position.
Lone Peak jumps the line, and that's going to make a 1st down for PG. And that's huge.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. I was going to talk about the running game. So, obviously, like what we said at the start of the game is there might be enough film out now where teams are going to catch on that we're obviously going to try to run the ball as much as possible. Because I think, I could be completely wrong. You tell me what you think, Jack. I think, though, that obviously, like, our passing is, like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's not the greatest. Like, it's not bad, but it's also not the greatest.
Yeah, it's actually like it's not great.
I think
Wade Christiansen on that run play actually loses 3 yards.
I think Lone Peak's gonna catch on to this that fast. Is we're gonna try to run it a lot, and I think if they catch on to that, and we start passing it a lot, it's gonna be hard for PG to try to get that momentum back.
Foka trips on the right. Wait, Christiansen running it. That was very confusing. So the ball was snapped and almost went in between Hefoka and Wade. Pinned in between their arms. Wade grabs it, runs behind Hefoka, makes a gain of 7 to make it 3rd and 6. So this is still a big play here. If they can get the first down, they can continue to, gain momentum on offense, gain confidence. Because this team, now that we're 5 games into the season, I mean, this team knows each other, even if the quarterbacks keep getting injured.
Yeah.
Shotgun, hands it off to Wade, hands it off to Dayton, a fake double handoff. And Dayton cannot get the first down, I believe. And he almost had it. So running on the sideline, kind of thought he would back up and juke, but once he backed up, someone grabbed him from behind and brought him down. Mason Anderson and the punting team come out. Mike's muted at the wrong time. And a safety of all things. Wow. They blocked the punt. Yeah, they just blocked it, rolled into the end zone, and they picked it up, or they tackled. It was not a good thing. It just rolled out. That was super weird. And a safety happened last year against Lone Peak as well. Hasn't been a single safety this season for PG yet. And really, we got a muted mic situation at absolutely the wrong time. But yeah, I guess we'll continue on. PG kicking off. So, a bit of a momentum changer there as Aiden's going to kick off. It's a short ball and it's caught by Lone Peak at the 50, and he runs it, and he will be brought down at the 40, number 20, Kaisa Tanuvasa.
I was gonna say,
Can't be the right person. Cooper Stosic, number 22.
I was gonna say when we were talking about the safeties, I feel like you don't see a lot of safeties in high school ball.
Not at all. Not even really in NFL or college.
Yeah.
Very rare way to score.
I feel like the only times you really get those safeties is when you're in the end zone and you kind of have to try to run it right up the middle. It's just one of those things where if it happens, it's really unfortunate.
Ball being ran. Number 10 breaks away. This is Owen McNeil. Owen McNeil runs out of bounds. No touchdown for him. But extremely close.
That was just a good play out of Lone Peak, though. Good run. very good run.
Yeah.
It's a 37-yard gain for Owen McNeil. On the 3-yard line now, first and goal. Nice.
Lone Peak scores here. It's obviously going to be, I don't want to say like a bad situation for PG, but it's also going to be a bad situation for PG at the same time.
Yeah.
That's going to bring them up to 8, I believe. Or, yeah. And so it's just one of those things where, yeah. Looks like Lone Peak may have called a timeout.
Interesting. I would say interesting move, not quite what I thought would be the play there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just, run the same game you've been playing.
Both teams coming back on the field. It's 1st and 3 for Lone Peak. Lone Peak hoping to get the ball in the end zone.
Calls for the snap. It's going to be a handoff play, and he's going to run it right
down the middle.
And that is a touchdown for Lone Peak, as there is tons of confetti launched into the air. Number 6, Sam Wright, runs it right through the middle. Lone Peak calls another timeout.
Looked like the coach was yelling a little bit.
I don't know why.
Both coaches kind of just been.
That's really not a play that's not what I thought would happen. Ever.
Well, and now, sorry, I have stuff in my throat. Lone Peak's not going to be in a sticky situation with their timeouts. Because now you have one timeout left with 2 minutes 42 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter, and then going into the second quarter. You use one of those timeouts in the second quarter, you have no more timeouts the rest of that.
Yeah, like, not the move, but if Lone Peak's coach is mad, then it's, are they going for 2?
It looks like they are going for 2.
To make it a touchdown and a field goal. Almost sacked, but it's caught. Easy catch. Lone Peak number 19. Ike Staley. So, yeah, Ike Staley. I thought he was the same as Isaac Staley, but Ike might just be a nickname. And Lone Peak continuing to
PG now in a sticky situation, getting the ball back at 2 minutes 42 seconds left on the clock for first quarter. Already down 10 points, which is not something you want to see, especially in the first quarter.
yeah. From what went to maybe looking like being able to hold a scoreless first quarter to now being down 10. And I think this is just a prediction here. Let's play a little game. I think this is the thing that breaks the camel's back. It's now that the barrier's broken, Lone Peak's going to start scoring a lot.
Yeah.
Score on every drive, and PG is going to struggle. This team is extremely talented, and PG is, they're just underperforming for this year, and I think that Pleasant Grove is really going to struggle against this Lone Peak offense, and PG's offense specifically is going to struggle hard as Jet Christopherson, the freshman, is taking the field once again. Running shotgun. Puts Dayton Hanson in motion. Hands off to Wade Christiansen, runs to his right, and then tries to run through people, but he is quickly brought down by 5 different Knights.
I think going back to what you said about Lone Peak being a good team, I think I'm completely agree with you. Lone Peak's a good team. Pleasant Grove also knows that Lone Peak's a good team. They're coming into this game. PG obviously hasn't had the best start to their season, and then having to come in and play Lone Peak, it doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, really, it's really difficult. But I think the saying I was looking for was "straw that breaks the camel's back," but I don't know if that's right. Pass to Foca is no good. Going to be 3rd and 11. And I really do think that this is going to be the start of the downward spiral of PG Lone Peak 2024. Like, in the best way possible. I think that it's not looking like it's going to be a massacre yet, but it's not looking good for PG. But continuing on, what PG can do and what it's looking good is that Wade is still running with confidence and at full speed. So even though he's been beaten up almost every place, Vest almost fumbled, and Jet is sacked to make it 4th down, and here comes the special team with Mason Anderson and the punter. Or, sorry, Mason Anderson is the punter, and the rest of the punting team.
That's just something you don't want to see. You obviously don't want to give Lone Peak the ball back this early, right as you just get the ball back, especially when you're down 10. You at least, I mean, obviously you're trying to get a score every possession that you get the ball.
Yeah.
But especially in this position that PG's in, they did not want to give Lone Peak that ball back.
And they have no, I thought it said 54 for a second. I thought they were going to have Simon Roundy kick it. Offsides. So it's not going to change anything. PG's will still punt because 4th and 14 is still really bad. That would be some Detroit Lions activity to go for it. They don't even go to block the punt. It takes a bit of a PG bounce, and it will end up at the 47-yard line on PG's side.
PG defense, they're really gonna have to step it up. If they don't want Lone Peak to score again, they're gonna have to step up their game on defense, especially on offense. I didn't even say especially, but even on offense, they just need to start getting that momentum of just trying to get it down the field. If it's passing, running, I feel like now we've ran the ball too many times. We're catching on to that. I feel like we need to start passing a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's also a risk, you know. We already threw an interception.
Yeah. Fakes the handoff.
Looks way deep downfield, and it's just out of reach of number 3, Luke Christensen. Looking for the play again. Are they just going to run a quick, fast, long play like they did last time, or are they going to try a run? Puts a man in motion. Ike Staley.
Fakes. Does not fake the end though.
And running it, number 13, Charlie Wright.
I'm getting tricked now because we've seen
Number 23. Sorry, I keep seeing the Sean Tahi.
We've seen I keep getting tricked. We've seen Lone Peak run fake.
Yeah, it feels like their football is darker than normal, and it's also like their jerseys are just black, and it's kind of hard to see. Calls for a snap. The handoff is Here's a handoff. Once again, he makes the first down. He stumbles, but he runs another 8 yards before he's down. Once again, Sean Tahi.
From the 29. First and 10, Knights.
Puts the man in motion, he calls for a snap. It's a handoff, once again, breaking through the defensive line. It's like they're just playing games with us, man. It's crazy.
Is a little behind. I'm sorry for that. I ended up taking over scoreboard and I forgot a quick pause.
And that is the end of the first quarter. PG trailing 10-0 off of a safety and a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. We will be right back after this short break. Versus Lone Peak game. PG trailing 10-0. Kepa calls for a snap, looks deep into the end zone, and it's caught! And it's good! Lone Peak on the first play, Jason Mayberry. Junior, 5'10", the wide receiver and center back. And it's like the Lone Peak crowd knew before he caught it. They were all moshing. I got to appreciate this crowd and how synchronized they seem to be.
Yeah.
Because they really are all moshing at the same time. Brecken Carr attempting the PAT. And it's good. Launches pretty far into the backfield. Well, onto the track. So.
Anthony Grimmer, the holder on that play.
And Lone Peak has a player, every single number, not a single number skipped, all the way to number 47. There are 47 players with every single number counting up. Wow. That is actually insane. Look at this great view we have here at Lone Peak. You can see that student section on the left side filling out so much of their stands. I mean, that is absolutely insane. Look, I think PG had a great section, but if you look on that left side where the stairs are, that's about how big PG's was. But then, given another section before their band, that is also students, and they're all there. You gotta appreciate the dedication they have to this team. Now, it may be easy to be dedicated because of how good they are. So people showing up to PG's game is very impressive because it's a team that is not expected to win.
Yeah.
But that's where true Viking pride is. They're here because they love Pleasant Park. You know, I'm not saying it's all of those students, but some of them might just be here just because they know they're going to win. So, you know, as the kick is caught, Wade Christiansen runs it to the 34 late yard line.
Wasn't Crow in a very bad situation going into the second quarter, being down 17-0, letting Lone Peak score on the first possession of the second quarter.
Yeah.
That's rough, and PG's now just gonna have to figure out, like,
Jet backing up, tosses, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lone Peak. First down, first play. And Lone Peak takes the offense once again. Right there.
Tonight's getting game-changing turnovers and get great tasting turnovers.
that is not at all what PG wants.
Yeah.
Not at all.
By the way.
And that gives Lone Peak a really good field position.
Yeah, starting at the 40 or the 34. Gameball snaps it. Looks to his right. Pass is good. And he is brought down by PG.
It's fumbled.
Recovered by PG. And Pleasant Grove right there.
Gets the ball right back.
The fumble caused by number 8, Brody Downs.
I've seen that. You go from letting a team score first possession to throwing an interception to causing a fumble and getting the ball right back.
Yeah, so first play, first play, first play.
From the 36-yard line.
That just shows that PG knows they're not going to give up. And
Yeah.
they're showing Lone Peak they're not going to give up even though they're down 17-0. That just, it's too early to give up.
Winds up.
Way deep, just
Way deep to Ryder Huntsman. If that was good, that would have been a 1-versus-1. Just thrown a little bit too far, but quite the arm for a freshman.
Tony Bossa is thinking on the play.
PG 2nd and 10.
Dane Hansen, his ball is fumbled, and he lands back on it. Wait, Lone Peak recovered it.
It looked like for a second PG might have recovered it, but
Turnover. Cheerleaders. Let's give away some more turnovers.
Lone Peak.
Another turnover. That's the third. Is that the 4th fumble?
I believe so.
Because there was a, or maybe it's just the 3rd. There was a fumble on the first kick, and then they just fumbled and we recovered it, and then we just fumbled and they recovered it. So we're at 30.
Turnover after turnover after turnover. Just wow.
Yeah.
Scoring 2 plays.
Hands it off for the run play. He is brought down. Number 6, Sam Wright.
2, maybe 2, if not 3.
Stop by Grove Goodman and Linford
That was,
McBride.
what, 8-yard drive?
8-yard gain. Second down and 2 for the Knights.
I totally did. I got it right. That's 8.
Handoff. Lone Peak runs it through and it's brought down. I don't know why Lone Peak isn't just throwing it.
Yeah.
Their throw game is immaculate.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've seen more runs
Yeah.
than throws.
So, hitting why so quiet chant in the second quarter. And this is why people are distasteful about Lone Peak, because, seriously, second quarter.
Yeah.
But, again, Vikings are running Vikings. Oh, my goodness, hard hit. Brody Downs on their quarterback. Going to cost me 4th down. It's 4th and 1 though. Probably just gonna go for it.
I would assume so. Maybe try to run it down the middle, or even pass it. It's kind of hard now. I feel like the fact that Lone Peak has ran it, passed it, and faked multiple handoffs, PG kind of doesn't really know what to expect.
Yeah. Timeout. Called by Lone Peak.
Their final timeout.
Of the half. Interesting move. We will be right back after a few messages.
We called the
Oh my goodness, just ran through. Right through. All the way. Runs it from the 4th and 1. Sam Wright, running back. 2nd touchdown of the game.
What did you say the score was going to be at?
Lone Peak going for the extra point.
Jack, what is Jack? Did he say 20? Oh, wait, they missed.
Pleasant Grove now in a very bad situation, being down 24 points, 24-0. That's just something you don't want to see as a PG fan.
And with a 23-yard run by Sam Wright, with 6 points on the Stacey Rogers Magnifier Realty scoreboard. Taking off now for the next 145 Brendan Carr. Back to return, Jason Hansen and Wade Christiansen.
Kickoff. Bouncing off the ground. Fumbled. Luke Hathan cannot pick it up. Butterfingers, and PG's gonna have to start from the 15. Just mute.
Are you talking to
Snap. Spencer Afoka's gonna start running it.
Oh, we still got it.
And we just fumbled that again.
Keep going, but he got it.
Spencer Napoleon with the quarterback.
Rest.
Fumbled but recovered by PG.
Wait, did we? Yeah, we got it.
Second down and 9. Vikings. Second and 1.
PG. 2nd and 1. So really got quite a situation going on here. Jump for the line, and that's going to be a first down for PG. False start from Lone Peak. Wait, it's false start on the offense.
Oh, wait, I was...
Second down, 6.
Rewatching my own calling, producer. Spencer Foca passed to Adam Wright, and just incomplete. Almost looked like it was a fumble. Would have been interesting. This game, I mean, PG's offensive production is so low right now. Third and 6.
Third down and 6. Long 6 for the Vikings.
Foca passed pass to Brennan. No good. And that's going to bring up the special teams. So, Zane, what are you seeing? What do you got? Anything to point out?
Okay, first off, obviously, PG in a rough start. Very, very bad start. 8:36 left on the second quarter. On the half, I mean. It's...
Rough start. It's just a rough start.
It's bad. And
But that punt, very good punt, going all the way to the 7.
it looks like they were trying to blow on the ball a little bit, trying to get the ball to move farther.
Yeah, trying to just be a little bit of a goof, you know, add some personality to this game because it is not great right now.
Yeah. And, I mean, obviously, our passing game has not been the best this game. It's mainly just been our running.
The Knights will take over. 7-yard line.
Wow, look at the sunset. It's beautiful.
So beautiful.
Along with that light that just looks like a giant orb. Oh, they got rid of our orb.
Good special effects.
So, 23-0. Calls for the snap. Cape up. Pressure. Almost got a safety on it,
Yeah.
actually. That would be quite an interesting time if they got a safety and PG put 2 points on the board. That would be, and hypothetically only ended up being their only score. That would be a scoreboard to remember, if you will.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 for the Knights. They do a quick run play and they're going to break through there. Oh my goodness, they break through and they're going to make it all the way to the 20-yard line. And they are faking us out like left and right. Just call like it's actually kind of hard to call it. And we're at a bit of a lower angle here, kind of far away as well. And it's like it's kind of hard to see almost.
I think, going back to what you said, Jack, now that Home Peace kind of broke that barrier, they got 10 points going into the second quarter.
Yeah.
They're just going to keep scoring now.
The barrier being broken or the dam breaking or whatever. Pass is good to number 7. He's tripped and brought down by Spencer Foca. So that's Aaron Park.
this game's kind of just one of those things where it's like, we're running the ball, it's not working. Passing the ball, it's not working. It's just going to be one of those things where it's like, it's just going to be one of those things where they're going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting thing. I heard a rumor, this is a kid, so I would take this with like a grain of salt. But I heard that some of the team is referencing these games as bye weeks, which is not the mentality you want them to hear. You want to hear it all. As that's the first down peak. Whoop-de-doo, good for them. I'm just kidding. I am positive, and I'm glad that Peak's doing a good job. But let me finish my story here. Pleasant Grove, some of the team is looking. They're like, oh, we're just gonna lose every game. Westlake might be a really nice chance, and even then we might just still lose. So it's just bye weeks over, and we have a freshman QB. We have a bunch of juniors. It's just not PG's year.
Yeah.
Quite literally won't be its year. And Lone Peak almost breaking through, brought down by the last man in the lineup, Bo Goodman. That was 13, Charlie Wright. Can't be right. Again, 23 keeps looking like 13. I'm not sure why. But it might as well also been 19, Mike Staley. Yeah, fake handoff. Pass. No good. Offers shot.
Maybe not.
Owen McNeil is the intended receiver. Number 10. You know number 10 is like the number 23 in soccer? Like being the number 10 is like the number to be. It's like being number 23 in basketball. Kind of because like Michael Jordan was number 23, so all the best players want to be 23.
Yeah.
But being number 10 in soccer it's like called position, the number 10. That's why soccer teams don't retire their jerseys very often, because the numbers mean different things. So kind of just, it's also kind of a thing in football. You know, could be the best wide receiver. Quick pass, dropped. 10 receiver, Mike Staley.
I feel like all the other games that we've played, it's been rough because I feel like our linemen are just, I don't want to say they're not like, they're like big, but they're small compared to other teams. So I feel like on offense, that really holds us back because it's like, we have to throw the ball. We have to throw the ball fast. If we're going to throw the ball, we have to throw it fast just because our linemen are a bit smaller.
Well, and their blitz is really what they're excelling at. Lone Peak's blitz is great. And to number 23, Sean Tahi makes a gain of a few yards. Says 31. I'm not sure if that's right. I would say 4 and 8, and they're gonna go for it. No risk really. I'm sure their mentality right now is, it's like, even if PG gets it back, we can stop it. And that confidence is what PG's lacking right now.
I mean, like I said, it's just going to be something they have to talk about at halftime, keeping their heads up.
Stop. Look at his right. Only down the field. Is it good? It is. But it's not quite enough. So it's going to be a turnover. 5:27 left here.
PG has to score on this possession if they want to make the score on the board and even cut into the 23-0 lead.
Yeah. 23-0. It's a hard lead to come back from. But it can be done. It would take PG to absolutely lock in, if you will, and just try to make it down the field. And we saw that. PG against Granger walked in on the final possession, just kept getting first downs. Christopherson looks to his right, pass it to Wade. Wade makes a gain of, I'm not sure, it's one.
Did you say his edits or his
And that's what we keep seeing, right? Wade Christiansen being pressured by Lone Peak's defense to run a horizontal route. And then as soon as he starts cutting at the sideline, he only makes it 1, 2, possibly 3 yards before he's brought down and pushed out of bounds.
I think PG just has it rough on the offensive side of it.
Snap is high, hands off to Wade. Wade running right through the middle, brought down.
I think PG just has rough offensive plays just because teams start catching up with run plays and it's like, because now that we're later into the season, our running game's kind of has been helping us get scores on the board. It's obviously been good in other games, but especially in this game right now.
Yeah, and being 6 weeks into the season, it's like PG would have figured out this far, but the quarterback situation is really what's killing us right now. This team has talent. This team actually has a lot of talent in the receiving, in the receivers. False start. Offense. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Going to be 3rd, and they either already changed it to 3rd and 12. They did. But truly, if Connor Yabard didn't get his ACL torn first 4 plays, I think this would have been a different season so far.
I think it would have too. I think so.
Jab, sacked. Way back, and that's going to bring out the special teams.
Now the lead of Jim Hello, Andy Sison, Junior Tahi.
He's not giving the ball back at 4 minutes left on the clock, and that's just
Yeah,
that's rough.
they can score right here. We've seen it already. They have a good passing game. They can throw a 30-yard pass pretty easily.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could throw that. No problem.
Personal foul. So Lone Peak's pushed back 15.
Following the 15-yard penalty, it's 3rd down and 3. The timeout is taken.
3rd and 3. Timeout.
PG taking their second timeout. One more timeout left.
And we will be right back after we give our voices a little bit of a break here. official sponsor of Pleasant Grove Sports Network. If you feel so inclined while you're there, tell them that PGSN sent you so we can have further sponsorships, so that we can eat food before games, so we can bring you a better broadcast every week. Thank you, Chubbies. All American food for all American families.
Love you, Chubbies.
You're watching PGSN. So, Jack Sox in the shot where we're in.
PG's in good scoring position though.
Twins on the left, and timeout from PG. Sue, we will be. Oh, right here on screen is a QR code to take you directly to a PayPal that will help you donate to our program. This will help us buy new equipment, merch, different things to help out our broadcast every year. Right? Or if you want any other sponsorship ideas, here is our advisor Russ Mayo's email right there, rmayo@alpinedistrict.org for sponsorship opportunities. Once again, we appreciate any donations or sponsorships given to PGSN from our local community, and we thank you guys so much. And it's just still there on the screen. There to go. It's gone. Oh, you're watching PGSN.
You don't have to say it.
I have to say it. If it goes up on the screen, it has to be said. Jet looks to his left, launches it sky high, and is no good, but it's pass
Flag on the
interference
play.
as Brennan Houghton was being held by number 1, Jaden Mayberry, the senior.
Zoom.
Just a holding, no pass interference.
Holding. Leaving.
First and 10 for Pleasant Grove. Almost into the red zone here. Snap. And Wade Christiansen just battling those 3 knights, 4 knights, 5 knights, bringing him down. So there's knights everywhere holding Wade Christiansen. They literally just kept popping up. It was like a clown car when they're getting out, and like 50 of them come out, and it's like a one-seater. You know what I'm talking about.
You see one, and you're like, oh, maybe that's it. You see like 10 more people come out.
Yeah, 10 more people. Whoop, rise up. And, yeah. It's PG 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard on that play. Christopherson, and it's blocked. That pass is blocked, smothered even, by Lone Peak High. The Knights. Zane, are you okay?
I was dying. I choked on something.
Now it is the homecoming game, so it looks like Lone Peak's marching band getting ready to perform at halftime. I will not be commentating the marching band show, even though I used to do marching band back in the day.
You did?
I just told everyone who's watching that my deepest, darkest secret. Oh, and Jet Christopherson sacked by number 9, Junior Tahi. And he makes a bit of a hand gesture at the PG sideline. Out of taste, in my opinion. Coach Walk calls timeout. Or maybe not. I don't know. Something's going on. 4th and 11. It's actually not 4th and 11. It's going to be like 4th and 20. Go for it. That's what I say. 2 minutes left. What's to lose?
There's a throwing warning for Lone Peak if there's something on the field.
Ah, the crowd throwing things on the field. I see. Warning. Wait, they actually are going for it. PG has nothing to lose. They go for it, just like the Lions in shotgun formation. Christopherson looking, launches it down the field. It's way too deep, and it's to nobody. Lands at the 10-yard line. I'm just excited that they even went for it.
Yeah.
That was incredible. I think, honestly, more of that, because at this point, punting in that situation wouldn't have even been worth it.
Yeah.
Because, and Lone Peak now maybe showing some condolences to PG crowd. No more Why So Quiet. So we got lots of lights turning on. If you can get a crowd shot right now, you can just see the bottom of them right now. Look at that. Oh, they're going to chant, I believe that we will win. Never mind. I take everything back. That is a scumbag move.
I mean, you're already up 23-0. Why chant that?
Now, I will say this for the 80th millionth time, but this is how the I believe that we will win chant works. Invented by Utah State. At the beginning of the game, before the first play happens, football or basketball, you chant it.
Yeah.
You chant, I believe that we will win. You do this whole thing. You do the I believe that we will win. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, you then do it at the end if you're winning. Like fourth quarter, 1 minute left. That's when you do it. And that's how you should do it. Because you prove we were right. You know? But every other team in existence, other than Utah State, who invented the chant, will, and this is not just high schools, this is colleges, they'll just chant it whenever they're up. And especially in the fourth quarter, if you haven't done it all game, you just do it in the fourth, when you're up like 20, not a good move. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Pass incomplete to Ike Staley. That, I just kind of have to say it every time, but that is exactly how the I believe that we will win chant should work and does work. And what seemed like a heartwarming moment with the flashlights turned into a
I believe that we will win chant.
Salt in the wound moment.
Lone Peak with the ball. Calls for the snap. It's deep.
Deep ball.
And it's caught.
Not quite
Never
incomplete.
mind.
Almost
flag on the play.
We're saying the same things here. Owen McNeil, and I'm getting complaints from my parents that I'm aware that we almost intercepted, but we didn't. Holding on Dexton Nuttall. Lone Peak running it down the sideline into the end zone for a touchdown. Lone Peak scoring once again to bring the score up 29-0. Number 6, his third touchdown of the game, Sam Wright, the running back, senior. So yeah, going up to kick for Lone Peak, Brecken Carr, and it's good to bring the score 30-0.
.132 left on the clock. PG down 30-0, but we are not. They got to go in the locker room and say, we are not out of this game. Keep your heads up on the field and on the sidelines. Cheer on your team.
Right? Like Nick Ace 30 said, never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never give up. That is a thing to live by for this PG team. In the backfield receiving, Wade Christiansen and Dayton Hansen. So I'm sorry that I went on that tangent and talked. I know that there was almost an interception. It wasn't good though. I saw it happen. Wasn't good. It was close. And the wind, we got rid of it. The wind is gone. So I don't know what the wind was doing. Picked up. Number 2, Alton Pine, and he's brought down, pushed roughly at the 30, and 1 minute 27 on the clock here for PG to make some noise, to make a play. Like, what do you think's going on? Do you think I cursed our team by accepting a Lone Peak football bracelet from the Lone Peak Student Council as we walked in?
Yes. That's going in the bird pile.
And we also apologize so you can hear our producer clear as day. According to legend, according from Texans I've gotten, clear as day. So we apologize if you hear any of his banter with our camera worker up top. On top of the press box, Boston. Handoff to Adam
Runs
or
right
to
down the
Brody
middle.
Downs. Brody Downs runs it
Huge
for the
game.
first down. Brody first down. Lives up to his nickname.
He doesn't get shown.
Jared Ramirez, our videographer, I'd like to shout him out. And he is not here today, but I'd like to give him a shout out. He takes great videos, great pictures. He went and filmed for RSL on Wednesday. Impressive. I wasn't surprised, but because he's talented enough to work for RSL. But I was thoroughly happy for him. So we would like to thank all the work that Jared Ramirez does. Make sure to follow him on Instagram at, I believe, gk.films. So, yeah. Spencer Foca almost throws the interception. Number 89. 69, sorry. Number 69. He is Andy Stice. Defensive end.
Second and 12, 21 seconds left on the clock. Jack, I think they got to go for a deep ball.
Oh, yeah.
No choice. Just full.
Well, they got one chance left of a normal play because I believe they still have a timeout left. I don't think they have 2. I think they only have 1. But they're in shotgun right now, not Hail Mary, but they do have 4 receivers. They are lining up for deep, and it's no good. Incomplete pass means the clock will stop. 16.9.
The ref fell down. That was.
Well, we've had a lot of moments where refs have fallen down this season.
Yeah. Well, I think the ref only fell down because he was trying to get out of the way of the ball because it went low.
We had an amazing moment with Granger where the running back ran right into the quarterback and he fell on his face. And that was extremely funny.
Punting it, I think.
Sky High should have gone for it because they're not even going to receive it. They call for a fair catch at the 30, and they're probably just going to kneel it. There's no point in going for it, or they'll just go for a Hail Mary.
I don't think PG should have punted it. I think you really hadn't.
I think so too, because they went for it on 4 and 13.
And you really kind of have nothing to lose with 9 seconds left on the clock. Might as well just go for it.
We received first quarter. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, that we won't start with the ball. So depending if we turn it over, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
9.8. I assume they're in victory formation, and they will kneel it to go into halftime. So Lone Peak leads 30-0. And what are your takeaways from the first half? Go, Zane.
I think a lot of it's just our passing's been, like I've said, on and off. That's kind of how it's been the whole season. Our running, it's kind of hard when we see teams try to catch on to our running, because it's just, that's one of our main factors with Wade, is trying to run it down the middle with him. And once teams start figuring that out, it's kind of hard for us to get that momentum back. So I think it's just one of those things where they're gonna have to go into the locker room and say, it's not over till it's over. Let's keep your heads up. Keep your heads up on the field. Keep your heads up on the sideline, and cheer on your team when you're not out on the field.
Yeah. So PG, their running game's been figured out. Their passing game is gonna, continue to exist. They're gonna play Hafoka and Christofferson and see who plays better. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
But I think PG has to go into the second half with willingness to experiment with plays and to I don't want to say take it with a grain of salt, because it's kind of like loser mentality, but also this is a pretty dire situation. This is not a game that is easily winnable from the Vikings.
Yeah.
So that is my verdict. I think that PG should really just keep playing their game, figure things out. It's a different time of year, so I think PG, it's going to be interesting, but, what do you think, guys, for tuning in? We will be back when the third quarter starts, because that's basically the halftime show that we have. There's not much to say other than Lone Peak's Sam Wright is really good running back. He's ran 3 touchdowns. So there you go. We thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back at the third quarter.
We welcome you back to PGSN, kicking off the second half. PG getting ready to kick. The kick is up, but little short of a kick. Looks like Lone Peak had a little struggle trying to recover that ball. Lone Peak will take the ball around the 30, at the 36-yard line. Lone Peak up 30-0. Pleasant Grove, I don't want to say they're out of the game because they're not. Still have plenty of football left to play. I was telling Jack right before we took a break, going into halftime, I said, they got to go in the locker room and they got to say, okay, let's stay positive. Let's keep the field. Let's just keep the energy up. As Pleasant Grove gets the tackle for, I would say a loss of a gain, or maybe the same. Looks like it will stay the same as 2nd and 10. We've seen Lone Peak very effective on the offensive and defensive side, holding Pleasant Grove to 0 points and putting themselves up by 30. Lone Peak now has the ball to start off this half. It's thrown deep. It's almost caught. He was pretty much wide open, just overthrown. As you can see on the screen right here, there's a replay. It was thrown. Defender falls a little behind and it's just a little overthrown. He tries to dive for it and does not get there in time. Brings the downs to 3rd and 10. Lone Peak hasn't had that ability to gain a yard yet. Lone Peak getting ready for the 3rd down. And it's thrown. It is caught, and he will get the 1st down, I believe. Hey, Jack. Did not get the 1st down. It is 4th and 1.
Probably going to go for the tush push. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome me back.
Yeah, I already welcomed them back.
Nice. Did I mention I'm thirsty?
Yeah, quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. There's only one drink found. It's very underwhelming.
Timeout called by Lone Peak.
Defense. And a timeout this early. Kind of an interesting move, don't you think?
Yeah, and we saw that last game. I mean, not last game. I don't know what I'm saying. The first quarter where they just I believe it was PG with the first timeout.
Yeah.
And they kind of just threw it out there within like 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it was very early on. It was kind of a interesting move, but...
And then we saw Lone Peak do the same thing and go into the half with 1 timeout left, which probably didn't really help them in that much in the second half, with only having 1 timeout, having to be careful on how they use it. And I think they ended up using that last timeout with 9 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting move to be sure, but it's could end up at a 1st down, which it does.
There is a flag on the play. That flag was thrown high.
Sky high.
You good over there, Jack?
No, I'm so thirsty. I might leave and go get a drink. After this play, I think every time I talk quiet, it picks up my voice. And every time I talk loud, all of a sudden, I can hear my echo way too much.
Yeah.
I gotta tighten my headphones to my head. Like this. PG student section trying their best to keep everybody involved.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them. It's a fancy out. Very cool.
Jack, before you do get water, I have one question for you.
Yes, hit me with it.
What do you think PG needs to do in this half to put a touchdown on the board or even come back?
I think it's all about connecting their passes. It's their running plays aren't working, quite simply, and passing. So, unsportsmanlike conduct on the field. Gonna move it back 10 yards. Throwing things. They already got a throwing warning earlier. They're gonna opt for the punt. That punt.
Sky high.
Landing, and Adam Wright thought about going to run it, but in risk of not hurting himself, he decides to just let it bounce. And PG's going to take the 20-yard loss and start on the 15.
Yeah. I think that was probably, I want to say smart play, but at the same time, it's also,
Yeah.
now you just kind of maybe hurt yourself a little bit.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, isn't it? PG coming in, like, it's all about can they score, because I think it's the desire to score right now is high, and they still can, I believe.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's not out of the picture, you know?
Yeah, and I think going back to what you said, our running plays are not working as well. So it's all about...
I'm sorry, I didn't use the mic. I get it every time. The camera was a little bit off-centered there. Running play doesn't get as many yards.
But, like...
You can also just hear me in Zane's microphone, which is always lovely, isn't it?
Going back to what you said, though, I feel like pretty much exactly like you said, our running plays have not been working as well. So it's all about, okay, how are we going to make our passes connect, and how are we going to get down the field? Because Lone Peak has already caught on to our running plays, so it's like, it's just one of those things where we're just going to have to pass the ball pretty much the rest of this game.
Yeah.
Pleasant Grove ready to snap the ball on 2nd and 11. Hands it off right down the middle to Wade. And does not get as far. Sorry, he doesn't go far at all. He goes backwards and loses a yard to make it 3rd and 12.
And now it's a dangerous situation. 8:24 with a 3rd and 12. We've had a lot of 3rd and longs this game so far. And it's always an interesting situation as Hofoka looks to add or to Ryder Huntsman. Ryder Huntsman catches, but he is brought down quickly. And as is it a recovered fumble? It is. So, Lone Peak has the ball now.
And in good position, too.
Dangerous.
On the 16-yard line.
Scores around 6A Region 3. American Fork losing to Lehigh 31-10 third quarter. Skyridge playing Westlake beating them 40-0. So it's a massacre here, but it's also a massacre out there in Saratoga Springs. Or Lehigh, I'm not sure where they're playing. Right now, is Lone Peak's playing PG. It claims its final on Max Preps, 30-0. Out of taste, in my opinion. Max Preps, come on. I'm just kidding. They did not do that on purpose. Calls for a snap. It's Staley. He's going to run it. The run play straight into the end zone. And that is a goal. That is a score for Lone Peak, number 14 talent Finders off of Ike Staley, playing quarterback over Kepa. So they have their backup, who was their starter in varsity last year, play. And he scores. And that makes the score 36-0. lining up for the kick, Brecken Carr. Or not Brecken Carr, it's a different player, Jake Barker. Again, I said this earlier, once the dam breaks and they score a bunch of points, the second half's going to be filled with a lot of junior varsity play. And they're still elite, scoring lots and lots. So, receiving the backfield, Wade Christiansen and Dayton Hansen once again playing some good old-fashioned football. Let's see what PG can do. I'd be happy with a PG score here.
Yeah.
Sort of a Riverton situation, 7. Like a set, like just one score would be very cool.
Lone Peak with the kick. It's going to go
far into the end zone, landing right on the O of Lone Peak. And PG's offense going to take the field again. Is Hofoka going to run quarterback or not?
I think something that PG is going to want to do here to get them down the field is running those, not those long passes that we've seen a lot of from them. Is just trying to. I think it is going to be smarter to go for those shorter passes and get, even if it's like 4 yards worth of gain. I think it's just something. It's better than trying to go for a deep ball and risking an interception.
Handoff, and it's brought down very quickly.
Hi, Jack.
What's up? I'm just pumped. I'm ready. Because I think PG can score on one of these next few drives. I think, once they're playing against the junior varsity, they can get a score, and that will improve the spirits of many.
Yeah. Jack, are you still thirsty?
Yes. The box we're in it was really hot when we came here.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
Well, it's probably because the sun went down. Once the sun
now
was
it's like
up,
literally pitch black. Like, what's going on?
Once they turn off these lights, it's going to be
dark. Very dark.
Very, very dark, yes.
Kind of weird, the sun, right? The sun, just kind of a weird thing, right?
Why is it a weird thing?
Really hot ball. And it just heats our planet. And we all rely on it for life.
Yeah.
But then a lot of us prefer when it's not out.
Well, I think it's just because of how bright it is. Especially in our situation when we are staring right at the sun.
Yeah, well, like a lot of people just prefer night over day. So they actively want to not be in the sun, which is the giver of life, essentially. And there's the moon.
I wonder what would happen if we never had a sun and it was just dark.
The world wouldn't exist because it would be like ice. Ow! Oh. I'm sorry. I know some of you have been hearing a clicking. It's my binder. I click the hoops open and close, and I just snapped it right on my finger. PG running
the ball
play.
again. Breaks through.
They get a first down. Wait, no, they don't. Almost got it.
Just short. Probably going to be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 2, maybe.
The hoops is such a bad habit
3rd and 4.
I'm so sorry. Just for you guys, I will just have my roster out, and I will stop clicking my binder. But anyways.
Puts the binder away from me.
I took it away from myself. I put myself in timeout. Hafoka hands it off to Wade. Fakes the handoff. He's going to run it himself. And does he get the first down? He does. And great job from the Vikings being able to run run it in for the first down, just getting it by 1 yard.
From the 31-yard line, first to 10 by team.
Runs it
Handoff.
again.
Wade Christiansen making it through, breaks a few tackles, and he stumbles to make it 2nd and 1, I assume, because he made it almost 9 yards. Second and 2. Handoff to Wade. Wade makes it through. And for another Viking first down, and now they're on the Lone Peak logo.
We were talking about how our running game hasn't been working, and they kind of just proved us wrong there.
Yeah,
Gaining.
like I've been saying, like their running game is not their strength, but they've really been working it. And now they're going to opt for the pass. Foka rolls out. Foka passes. It's caught.
Hot.
Dayton Hansen makes the first down. Now PG's on the 41.
Hands it off. Gets right through for a gain of probably 6, I would assume.
Running right through the offensive line. And this isn't varsity. So that's why all of a sudden these are working.
I was wrong. It was a gain of 9.
Now, I don't want to... Well, it's gain of 9. That is way better than I thought. Depth perception's a weird thing as well.
Yeah. Well, we're also just at a
Snap
weird
is
angle.
low. Hafoka decides to run. Hafoka brought down.
Flag on the play.
Another flag.
There's a...
Players hitting each other all of a sudden, getting involved. Wade Christiansen in there, barking in each other's faces.
The trainer came out.
Athletic trainers out there, as you probably heard Caden just say.
No, she's grabbing people.
So lots of flags, probably for unnecessary roughness, which will essentially either it's one against each team, so it's canceled out, or it completely ruins PG's run.
Well,
because
sorry, you
can see the screen through the paper.
I was gonna say there was a flag before even that
Yeah, it's true.
that fight happened, and I think that was because of a late hit. It looked like
Oh, the late hit probably caused the fight.
because you saw that he was going down and he just came in and clocked him.
Yeah.
And then you saw another PG guy come in and just start pushing the guy that came in with the late hit. So I think that's what the first flag was for the late hit. Second flag was for that roughness. Refs are going to discuss it. PG and Lone Peak are both in the huddle. Flags still. There's probably going to be multiple calls, unnecessary roughness, and
Yeah.
late hit.
Very beautiful night tonight. Currently
I think it was a late hit and then
66 degrees. You know, why is it going to heat up later next week?
It
My
honestly
question.
doesn't get cold for like the next like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's
like
going
all
to
70s.
be like 70s, which is peak. That's peak temperature.
Yeah.
And then it's going to go back up to like 83. I'm not a fan. I just think let fall happen. You know,
I like it when
the
it rains.
latest date on the good old-fashioned weather app, September 28th.
There.
First down PG.
There was a lot of penalties, and I did not hear like
Yeah.
half of them what he said.
Just a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct. It was basically like there was different unsportsmanlike conducts after a late hit, and that was what caused it. But it ended up being a PG first down because there were more penalties stacked against Lone Peak.
Yeah.
First and 10, back down the field. Vikings.
Hafoka trips on the left, looks to his right, launches it down. Ryder Huntsman, no good. Pass interference. And that's going to be a PG first down, and that's going to make him start at the 10. So it looks like that there was a block, which was declined. Block in the back from Lone Peak, declined. Illegal hit from Lone Peak, which is 15 yards. And then there's unsportsmanlike from PG and Lone Peak, and they were both declined. Wade Christiansen brought down. Caleb Bradshaw is the one who stops it.
I have to watch on this because it's
Too far back, the snap is bad, and Spencer Folk has to run back a long way to make it a much worse situation for Pleasant Grove.
I have to watch on our screen. When they get past this, I have the worst angle. I have to like lean over and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to block your view, so I'm trying to watch on that.
Okay, they're in trips on the left. They're in receiver formation, basically.
Ref
Flag.
for what? Maybe false start? Okay, Jack. Tie. 2.
Offsides. So yeah, anything to say? Growthy?
Growthy. I don't know. I kind of said it's just one of those things where obviously we're down. It's third quarter. PG's in. I'm going to talk
snap.
after this.
Launches down the field. Ryder Huntsman. And it's intercepted in the end zone by Lone Peak.
That's one of those things I talked about is I feel like
And Lone Peak ruins PG's best chance at a touchdown so far. And that is not the first time PG has thrown an interception in the end zone. Unsportsmanlike conduct from Lone Peak after the interception.
I did talk about that a little bit, Jack. I feel like I talked about when they were around the 36-yard line. I said I think it might be smart if they pass it, not to go for that long gain.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every time we try to go for that long gain, it's almost or it has caused an interception.
Yeah.
So I think just try to go for those short passes. Not like super short where you're only getting 1 yard, obviously, but like it's gaining those yards is better than
Lone Peak breaking
throwing an
away.
interception.
Gets all the way to the 26. Yeah, I think Yeah, what you were saying. Good. That's a good point. You have anything else to say? Were you finished with your point?
No, just obviously we're down. But
We are indeed.
it's one of those things where it's like,
It's almost like I don't want to be a fair weather fan.
yeah,
Because a lot of PG students have had the rhetoric that this is that this is just a bad season, we're a bad team, we suck, we shouldn't go to games. That pass incomplete from Staley. So
like,
I think that I would rather this team be good. But at this point, you can't deny it. This team is not it's not good. They're not it, and they play in the hardest region in 6A.
yeah. Well, I think it's just one of those things where it's like we talked about in the first quarter. We're obviously a new team. This is a whole new team. This is a lot of our players' first times ever play with each other. So it's just one of those things, and we're coming in playing really good teams, just like Lone Peak, and it's hard for us to be like, it's I don't know how to word this. It's hard for us to try to stay on top with these harder teams that have been playing with each other for a while, compared to us when we're a new team trying to gain that momentum.
Yeah. It's really a difficult situation. PG, it's gonna be a loss, but we still have one quarter to play, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a downer, you know. I got a complaint from my father who told me I was being too negative. I'm not negative about this team. I know this team can win. It's just not now, not this year, not this game.
Yeah.
Especially not this game. We're a nationally ranked team. It's not a good situation.
I think, yeah, I'm not trying to be negative. I'll put that out there. I'm not trying to be negative. I think it's just one of those things where this is going to be hard for... We're obviously down by a lot. It's going to be hard for PG to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Handoff from Lone Peak. And they make a great gain of yards. And they get
right through the middle. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, this is our last quarter. We have 11 minutes left to play in the game. So it's like, I'm, again, not trying to be negative, and I don't think both of us, you're both not trying to be negative. Like, we obviously know PG is capable of scoring. I think it's just one of those things where we're still down by a lot. It's going to be hard for us to come back.
the handoff. Number 24, Tate Barney. Yeah, I think it's really an interesting situation. We'll see. I still think PG could score a touchdown here, and that's what I'm looking for. Any more scores would be interesting to say the least. Like some people might have the mentality of like, if we're gonna lose, let's just lose by like 80. But I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that's kind of a whack thing to say. But you know. Staley looking.
Thrown, and is caught.
20-yard pass. Incredible.
We've seen Lone Peak too. I know I said this a lot, and I'm sorry for kind of repeating myself quite a lot this game. But Lone Peak has been really good at faking out PG's defense because I mean, think about it. They've ran fake handoffs a lot. They've ran handoffs a lot, and they've passed a lot. So
They literally are just running everything. The blitz works from PG, but they cannot tackle him, bring him down. Number 24, Tate Barney just breaks 3 different tackles as he's going through the field. Incredible. And now the down and yards to go lights are not on the scoreboard, which is not helpful at all. Staley snaps the ball. Fake handoff. Looks to his left. Bombs it down the field. Can it be caught? Overshot. Surprised there isn't a pass interference from number 12, Dexton Nuttall, holding his receiver, preventing him from running fast enough to get his ball.
Yeah, we've seen it from both teams where we go for the deep pass and the defender kind of gets behind and the ball's just overthrown and the receiver can't go and get it. It's those little mistakes that cause you a touchdown.
It really is those little mistakes, and the interception into the end zone was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Staley looking far again, bombs it to the left side, and once again cannot be completed, bringing it to 4th down. Why are the down markers, not the down markers, they're on. The scoreboard isn't on. Now they're bringing out their punting team. Yeah. I love this team. I love Pleasant Grove.
Yeah.
And I love how hard these guys are working. Adam Wright picks it up, got the jersey tug, and he is shoved roughly to the ground. And I love how hard they work.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say
the
that.
perseverance to come out here and the bravery. Like I don't even think it's offensive to say the bravery, because this was a team. Lone Peak's a ranked team nationally.
Yeah.
The bravery to come out here and play them, say we are Vikings, and we don't care that you're nationally ranked. We don't care that you were 16th in the nation till you lost to Centennial. We are Vikings, and we want to represent our city in the blue and white, and the team that we grew up playing with in youth football. And I respect that deeply.
Yeah. I going off what you said too, I love how hard they work. I love how they can come out on the field and just, I will say that after this play.
Wade Christiansen's brought down on the run play.
But I love how they come out here, work their butts off in practice, and then come out here and say, okay, let's go play football. And they have a fun time out there, and they're just playing their best, working their hardest on the field.
Yeah, and my favorite lineman, Simon Roundy, number 54, you can see him right there. He's a hard worker. He's an awesome guy. I mean, he's just such a nice, kind person, and it's amazing to see. And these guys are hardworking, great people, and I have the utmost respect for PG's football team.
Yeah.
Spencer Foca's brought down. .616, and I don't think the clock is stopping, because I don't know what mercy rule is. It might be up 35 points. Sounds like a good number. It also is 5 touchdowns, so pass to Wade Christiansen is good, and he is brought down. So yeah, PG going to opt for the punt here in the end zone. Mason Anderson launches it sky high, going to land and take a huge PG bounce. And it's picked up at the 37. And Lone Peak in the offense take the field once again. Can they run it up even further? Can they just score again? Who knows?
Yeah. Honestly, I think the only thing that's really holding us back on offense is the fact that we don't have really any quarterbacks right now.
I know. I think we have stated it, but almost forgotten due to it becoming so normal. But Spencer Hofoka is a wide receiver. He's not a quarterback. He's just playing quarterback because all of them got injured, and Jet is a freshman, and he's getting sacked all the time. So it's not a steady way to keep going, and it's really unfortunate the situation PG's been blessed with. You can see our cheer team right here, still working hard to keep the crowd into it. Great job, cheer team. We're happy for them. It's a player down on the field right now, and that's why our camera is not on them. So we will take a quick break while we have an injury timeout.
We are back. Jack is getting some water, so it's just me. Brody Downs with the injury, unfortunate injury. I'm not sure what the injury is, but Lone Peak with the handoff, breaks away from one tackle, gains. I don't know how much it is not shown on the actual scoreboard. Like I said before, unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate for Brody Downs. I do not know what the injury is. Jack is walking back right now. So we can ask Jack if he knows anything.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you know anything, like what happened to Brody?
Not sure. I think it might have just been a hard hit.
He got carried off the field, it looked like.
Yeah.
I was just saying, very unfortunate for him. Losing another player on this team is not gonna.
Lone Peak with the far reception there from Cruz Christensen, the sophomore. So they've moved down from varsity to junior varsity to now the sophomore quarterback. And I just got water because it felt like 1,000 knives were stabbing my throat while I was talking.
Are you good now?
I'm kind of out of breath. I ran back here. You could be in peak shape, running upstairs. You'll be breathing. Okay, maybe not peak shape, but sophomore quarterback fumbles it. Does PG recover? They do. PG gets the ball back in all right field position. It's not the best. It's not the worst. 40-yard line.
At least we got the ball back.
Got the ball back. 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
We haven't seen...
Get something to happen.
I was going to say, we've seen a good amount from PG's offense, but 3 minutes, that's enough time on the clock to score.
Yeah. Yeah, it is plenty of time to score. I think it's quite the situation they're in. So... Hafoka calls for the snap, gives it to Wade. Wade running it. Or was Hafoka running it? They tricked me with that one. Bit of trickery.
It's so interesting for me to watch football because it's like, I watch like NFL because I'm a Cincinnati fan. So like I'll watch their games.
Cincy fan, eh?
I'm a Cincy fan. But I'll watch their games and then like you see like the 2-minute warning stuff happen. And I think it's interesting to watch those happen and then you come to high school and there's no 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
And I believe there's a 2-minute warning in NCAA in college football.
I think so.
Wade Christiansen with a huge gain on a run. Breaks 2 to 3 tackles.
And gets first down. 1:47 left. And PG can, they can chalk this loss up to, just move on to next week.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe some more Jet Christopherson can play. Hafoka can still run. Quarterback can be, if Coach Walkenhorst needs him to. But I think he's valuable as a receiver. And losing him as a receiver to have him play quarterback is kind of not a great thing for PG.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those...
Foka hands off to Wade. And Wade makes a gain of about 4.
I think it's just one of those things for Pleasant Grove. Obviously, we talked about how they work so hard in practice, but this week especially, they're going to have to work hard if they want to come in and beat Westlake. I believe we play Westlake next week.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where they got to come in and they're going to have to... They're just have to work their butts off in practice, get all of their plays down. And like we said before, it's obviously hard not having a proper quarterback, using a receiver as a quarterback. That really does not help PG's offense.
Yeah. So, with this game, and Wade Christiansen brought down very quickly. So, with this game ending, there's the next week we go to Saratoga Springs to play Westlake, and the clock's expiring, so that's what I'm talking. We go to Saratoga Springs to play Westlake High. It's a well anticipated game, second game of region, after playing a nationally ranked team, and I'm very proud of this team for coming out here and playing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I couldn't believe. I was mad in the third, but I'm actually happy because of this team. I love this team.
I'm just glad that they come out here and they show no fear. They're glad to be on this field and they're ready to show you that they're ready to play.
Yeah, and so we go to Saratoga Springs next week. We then will play 2 games at home against American Fork and Lehigh, and Skyridge. And then we will end the season heading to Lehigh High, second year in 6A Region 3, and they are very good.
Yeah.
Contender for the state championship, but the mighty Corner Canyon and mighty Lone Peak, they both are fighting against them. So we thank you guys for tuning into PGSN. Hopefully this broadcast, I think it was negative at one point, and I've stepped back and I've realized how important it is that I love this team.
Yeah.
I don't hate this team. This team isn't a bad team. I said that. I regret that. This was a wildly mismatched game,
Yeah.
and it made the team look bad. But that is not true. So I'm sorry if anyone heard that and was mad at me for saying that. But I really want to thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the Vikings because they love the support.
Yeah.
And I love the support. PJSN thanks you all. So for the final time tonight, I am Jack Barnard.
And I'm Zane Garothy.
And we thank you guys for tuning in to Pleasant Grove Sports Network. We will see you next week in Saratoga Springs, Westlake High School.